Hey everyone, welcome back at long last to Let's Play Sonic Adventure 2 Battle. We are finally going to start doing all of the missions in the game. Cranking them out. Every stage has 5 missions. The first is the regular story version of the level. The second, except for the driving levels, because the driving levels have different setup with their missions. The second mission of every stage is the collect 100 rings mission. Score does not matter. The only thing that matters is the time it takes for you to get 100 rings. That is the only thing that is taken into account with your rank, and just in general, it's the only thing that matters. Don't get so used to being sloppy on these levels that you don't have your skills up when your score matters again, but don't go crazy if your score isn't as great as you would like it to be in these missions. The only thing you have to worry about is moving quickly and getting those rings as efficiently as possible. And now that we have the boosters, we can skip that long, painful, slow ride downward. Just boost on down to the door, smash it open before we fall into the abyss, and hit these rings. Now, you want to shoot all those rings through the door before you even hit the checkpoint, so that you can get the extra bonus. Because I'm sure you figured this out already, but the number of rings you have when you hit a checkpoint determines what you get when you hit the checkpoint. I believe I mentioned this before, but in case I didn't, I'm mentioning it again. There's some rings up here I want to get. But yeah, so you get more rings sometimes when you do that. However, sometimes it isn't a good idea. Like when it changes from 20 to getting a speed boost, when you have a certain number of rings and you cross the checkpoint, that's not an improvement. That actually doesn't help. For Eggman anyway, for shooting levels in general. Anyway, the level stops as soon as you get 100 rings. And then you're given your rank and sent on your way back to the mission select screen. And we have ourselves another emblem, number 35. We'll be getting a lot of those in each video from now on. Not just one video, oh no. We've upgraded. And the third mission in every level is the Find the Lost Chao level. Again, except for the driving level, has a different setup for its missions. Finding the Lost Chao requires that you have the Mystic Melody in every single mission you do a Find the Lost Chao. You need to use this. I'm sure you remember those special statues I showed off when I first got the Mystic Melody. Sometimes there are multiple of those in each level. There will be one specific one you have to look for. In this level, there's only one throughout the entire level, so you have to worry about, oh, is it this one or the other one? That tends to happen when you get confused by that a lot in the Knuckles and Rouge levels, I feel. At least the Knuckles and Rouge levels I can think of off the top of my head. Because I know especially their first levels have multiple Mystic Melodies. One actually, when you first get the Mystic Melody, there's a statue right next to it, and I always go to that the first time by accident when doing a Find the Lost Chao. By the way, the Mystic Melody statue for this level is right over here. You do this, and it creates a bunch of platforms you can use to get up to that grappling hook above us, so that we can get to a very special room in this level that you have not seen previously. Yeah, they always hide the Lost Chaos in interesting areas, little rooms that were not accessible before without the Mystic Melody. It's pretty neat, and that guy behind me was freaking me out. I thought he was gonna get me. Even though it wouldn't matter, because my rings don't matter, and in the Find the Lost Chao levels, I forgot to mention the only thing that matters is time, kind of like 100 ring levels. Even though it wouldn't matter, I don't like to show that in the take, unless I have a shield on, and then I'm fine with it. So our Chao is right here, and all you have to do is run up to him, and it ends. A rank off the bat. Oh, by the way, these little Chao creatures are going to be very important in the very, very end of this LP. Because after I do missions, I'm doing the kart races. After the kart races, I'm doing the boss runs. And after the boss runs, I'm doing the lovely Chao Garden. But that's all in the future. The fourth mission in every stage, except for driving stages, is a time limit. It is often a pointless time limit because, for me at least, sometimes the time limit gives me so much time that I don't even have to change the way I do the level normally. I just go do my own thing and ignore the clock. I mean, and the thing about time limit stages is that I believe they're more lenient with what you have to get in terms of score for a rank. By the way, your rank for time limit stages is based on score, not just time, so keep that in mind. That's different from missions 2 and 3. I know, it's not always true. I know Lost Colony, I do actually have to shorten the way I do a stage. Otherwise, I fail the mission and I have to start over and I lose a life, you know? That is one of the instances I can think of that. I know it's not the only instance where I've had to actually cut some point grabbing out so that I could make the time limit. Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention, in time limit stages there are no checkpoints. So, just something to keep in mind. That also means that you don't get the items you would normally get when you go through the checkpoints. So that'll also change how you do the level. But yeah, don't be fooled by the clock into thinking that the most important thing is how long you take to do the level. You have to get a good score to get rank A. In mission 2 and 3, score didn't matter at all. Mission 4 and mission 5, spoiler alert, score does matter and you have to be on top of your game with getting those lock-on combinations. So yeah, you have to be quick, but you also have to be good about your score. You can't just rush through the level and expect that to get a rank A. No, that's not how time limit stages work. You do still have to work on your score. You have to take the time to get some points. You just have to figure out when you need to take time to get points and when you need to say, forget it, I need to get to the end. So that's just something you have to figure out. And if you have a hard time figuring that out, well, I do a good job here, so take some notes. Humble brag. No, I'm just kidding. But do you see what I mean? At least with the time limit in this level? Because I have about 1 minute 58 left right now. I'm on the last segment of the level. And I didn't even skip much. I mean, I skipped that line of rings on the top of those pipes that lead to the lost Chao. Well, I don't even usually do that, so I don't know that that counts. This level's time limit is just too easy, man. It's a minute and a half easy. If they took a minute and a half away from it, I still would not sweat. I don't know if it's because, you know, this is the first Eggman level and they thought, oh, we'd make this one easier than the rest. But it's just too cushy, man. So we'll grab our last A rank, and we'll grab our third but not last emblem of this video, and we'll move on to the 5th and final mission of this stage, and that will be hard mode. And hard mode is how we'll end every video for while I'm doing the missions, except for when I have to split one stage's missions into 2 bits, which will happen eventually. But hard mode can be a lot of things. It could be a joke, and it could be deadly serious. But it is never boring, I will say that. Yes, a lot of stuff happens with hard mode. Like this. Yes, you want to shoot those guys really quick or you're going to be in trouble. They'll just keep shooting at you. There'll be 9 guys who jump out of nowhere. There'll be guys who jump out of you through doorways where you're running through and you're not expecting them. A lot of fun stuff in hard mode. Never a dull moment. You gotta look. I wish the whole game was hard mode. I always run into those 3 guys on the first time playing this game after a long time. The only reason you didn't see me run into those 3 guys there is because, well, let's just say I learned my lesson from 50 and you guys are watching go, and what's this nonsense here? Spinning spike balls where they don't belong. Anyway, you guys are watching a good take of this, so I might make some of the parts where I'm flying through enemy fire seem easier than it is, but it's not. Seriously, they'll add so much to the level. I wish every level was like hard mode. It's so funny. You just watch what they do. Just to try to mess with you. I don't know, it amuses me. Right, oh! Had to put on some dodgy moves to get out of that one. Yeah, and the enemies can just react faster to your presence here in hard mode than they ever would in story mode. And they are a lot more aggressive. I mean, sometimes they'll let off a spray of 10 bullets and they just won't let up firing. And you just have to kill them while you're running away from them. It's awesome. Like I said, it's never a dull moment. And don't worry, I believe they're less lenient with the score, but it's easier to get a higher score because there's so many more enemies usually. Usually there's like 10 times more enemies than there ever would be in a given area. Just trying to throw you off with a high density of foes. It's great. It really is great. You gotta love hard mode. And don't worry, so long as you survive, and if you get hit every once in a while, they'll forgive you, it's okay. and you get those combos going, keep racking up those points and those rings. If you lose your rings every now and again, that's okay. You'll be forgiven for that. And I feel like I should have made this comment before, but I love how they make such a show of all the doors locking in the last segment, and then they just leave a locket lying. A locket? Yes, they leave a locket. No, they leave a rocket lying around so you can blow the doors down. It's very nice of them. Small things to lock it. Don't hit these dash pads, you'll run right into an enemy right as you're going to drop down to the gold ring. Bam! Shoot him down. And end the level. We're going to get our last A rank and last emblem of this stage. This stage is gone. Out of the books. Forever. I know. Pulls at the heartstrings, doesn't it? Anyway, I hope you enjoyed. Please like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you next time for the next set of Eggman missions. It will be